History is broken. All recorded knowledge more than 300 years old has been corrupted. The Starfinder Society is recruiting outsiders to unravel the mysteries of what happened. Unlikely heroes must learn to work together to stay alive, where technology and magic exist together among the stars. Dead Sundays, most Sundays at 7 p.m. Only on twitch.tv/Logar the Ogar. The past haunts us all.
All right. Hi, we're live. Welcome to Dead Sundays, the show where we play Starfinder on a Sunday. Nailed it.
Nice.
Good to be back.
And on your screens, I'm sure you're not seeing anybody because I have to capture many people at once. So I turned them all off, and now I'm going to capture them, and then we're going to get started. Hi, guys. How's it going?
It was good.
Hello, team. Hello.
Hi, Dad.
Happy to see you guys.
Dude, you have no idea.
Glad to be back in the stars.
We found them.
Tired as hell.
We got lost on the path, and now we're back in the stars.
Okay, we got lost on the path. We found our way, and then we found all the way to the stars. Playing Pathfinder has really been like super fucking cool because now that like I'm going back and I'm reading the rest of I'm reading the adventure path again. I'm like, oh, this is from this, and that's because of this. In Galarian lore, there's everybody.
Galorian?
You want to take that again?
Galorian?
Yeah, it wasn't any better.
We'll get him next time, so.
There we go. Look, all four of us are here now.
Wow.
The gang's all here.
And that's all four. Yes, introducing new player, friend of the show, Dead Sundays, rotating guest, now permanent.
What?
Did you tell Kumo?
I was under the impression this was discussed with the cast before I joined. Was it not discussed with the cast that I joined?
I just wanted to do the mom from
Introducing Beck Barnes, who will now be our permanent fourth player. And sometimes there will be days where they have to go sing, which is fine. Everybody has days where they have to sing, or they have to wrestle, or they have to make hot dogs, or whatever weird fucking thing you guys do. I know. Yeah, Hotcakes is very into making their own hot dogs at home.
Yeah, it's a real misnomer. It should have been hot dogs.
Hot Dogs Deluxe. If I ever open a hot dog shop, I would name it Hot Dogs Deluxe.
Deluxe.
Good
Solid name.
Copyright.
There used to be a place called Swanky Frank's in the mall that I grew up near, and it had
That's
these
pretty
like,
good.
anthropomorphic frankfurters, like spinning pocket watches, and I did not like looking at it as a small child. So
No, I don't need a wiener with human features.
yeah.
But if I have human features, I definitely need a wiener. I guess?
Yeah, mid.
Yeah, that's not great. Oh, man, you called me mid? Oh, dude, I quit. I'm done.
When I was a kid, I would always get so sad whenever I would see a barbecue place that had a pig as its mascot. Because the pig would always be like so happy and smiling, and it's like, no, buddy. No.
But you know that if a pig was the mascot of a barbecue joint, that means that place fucks.
It means
that's
it's
true.
good, but I'd always feel sad for an anthropomorphic pig that wasn't real. I don't know. I was a child.
If the food is so good that even the pig is in on it, then it's gonna be good fucking food.
I'm just glad to be a part of this. Like,
Yeah,
I'm just so happy.
I always wanted to grow up to be something important, and I feel like these ribs are gonna be the thing that I was put on this earth for. Which, I mean, technically, I guess it was.
Don't fill up on cornbread because you got to eat me.
Oh God, that's disgusting. Okay, so welcome to Dead Sundays. Dead Sundays is a show where we play Starfinder on a Sunday. We haven't done one of these in a while, so we're gonna go over some things that happened to remind everybody where we are and what is happening. A long time ago, 3 adventurers stepped off of a shuttle into Absalom Station. They were immediately shot at and entered a firefight where one of the bystanders was killed. Through that investigation, they eventually found out about a gang war, which was funded by 2 corporate... No, it was 1 corporate entity and a miners' union, who were fighting over the ownership of a mysterious rock that had been pulled in by a mining starship called the Acreon. Once it came out of the drift, which is hyperspace, but it's a plane all of its own as well. Once it came out of the drift, all of the members of the Acreon were missing, and it was just floating in dead space, holding this giant rock. It was currently in quarantine around Absalom Station, and through your investigations, you learned, or you were asked to go investigate it and find the crew and figure out what's on the rock. Eventually, you made it. You found out that all of the crew had been killed by these Akata things, which were these purpley mineral sort of eggs that would hatch into these horrifying void dogs and then infect people with their stuff and then turn them into Akata. So you fought some Akata, you fought some of them, you fought a ghost, you fought a couple zombies, and then you found your way... You fought a ghost, it was crazy. And then you found your way into this cavern, into this cave inside the drift rock where you found a computer setup and terminals and readouts and things that were referring to something that was not immediately clear because you didn't understand the language. The language was in some weird extra language. You moved over one room, and then you fought the worst creature you've ever fought, which was a lamprey-flying monster that could talk to you telepathically and phase through walls. So it was really scary, and it tried to eat you, but luckily you got onto the ship, turned them on, and it couldn't phase through the force field. So you took the ship, you went back to Absalom Station.
We did that all by the book?
Yeah, yep. That was how... Yep, that was... for anybody who runs that encounter... if the players run onto the starship and turn the shields on, it takes several minutes for the starship to start up, so it's actually not possible to do it that quickly. But you cannot play by the rules if you don't know them. So, you guys took your ship back.
For life.
It looks you took it back to Absalom Station. You met up with everybody again. You showed the strange writing to somebody at the Starfinder Society. They sent you off to Castrovel. You took your new spaceship and flew all the way to Castrovel. You employed 2 people.
Not to interrupt, but did you just somebody kisses? Like, Chiss Kiss deserves a call out.
I mean, yeah, okay. Yeah, you guys talked to your best friend, Kisses. A high-ranking member of the Starfinder Society. They said the name. And they sent you to Castrovel to talk to some professors and doctors about the strange language that you guys found. When you got there, you had to kind of manage college politics, and you talked to Brain Shapiro, and you explained to him how being a racist is dangerous, and he got scared and gave you a bunch of money and said he's going to stop being a racist. You went to the battle yards, which was fun. You helped one of the doctors try to find the other doctor, and you realized that the other doctor had been kidnapped. The person that you need to talk to mysteriously was kidnapped and taken to a remote place in the continent of Ukalam, which is a very, very dense jungle that you're not allowed to fly in, because it's a protected area, it's a preserved space, and all that. 12 days of walking through the jungle. You eventually made it to the Temple of the 12. It was something that you had heard about a couple times from the ruins that you had discovered. You were hot on the trail of the cultists. You even met one of them. That turned out to be pretty helpful until she got swallowed by a mountain eel.
R.I.P. Raquali.
R.I.P. Raquali. And since she didn't have any resolve points, she just died. Because that's what happens when you're an NPC. You guys then talk to the undead Solarian, who you could not convince to let you into the temple, and he could not convince you to not try to go into the temple. So you guys fought. You killed him. It was real bad. Zib threw up. Zib is still sick. Zib, I believe the last thing that happened to you, as far as you being sick, was you were cured of your sickness, but you still had the lasting effects of the disease.
Really? I thought I had one more day of rolls.
No, there was. Shoot, I distinctly remember us doing.
Because Shepard was
Another
helping,
walk?
and I thought we still kind of botched one of them.
I thought you beat it, but it was like one more day till you were healthy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought it was too.
Okay, well, I'm not going to go back and look. I
If
didn't.
you
write
want to
it
know
down.
if we're right, go check out YouTube.
Let's see. So I have written here on day 12. What is this? Okay, so you. Yeah, so you are currently impaired
Yeah, huh?
because that's every time you tried to do something, you had to make a fortitude save, or you would throw up. So, did that mean that?
We were almost undone because of a bug having a tender tummy.
Yeah. So I have here on day 14 that you passed all your checks and that you have. I'm pretty sure that's what this means. I don't have anything written next to it. It's just an X in a box.
Good notes. Good notes.
And I'm pretty positive because I thought about it a lot. It doesn't mean anything, but I'm pretty positive that you are cured of the disease, but you're still sick. From the disease isn't going to get any worse, and you're going to spend the next 24 hours trying to get better.
Great.
Basically, you got to shake out the sillies.
Yeah, you got to just your body has beaten the
Shake
disease,
out
but
the
you are still you're still feeling not so great.
Drink some
and the
ginger soda, eat some saltine crackers.
yeah.
Ooh.
Put on your stories. Just kick your feet up on the couch. It's
Watch your telenovelas.
We're not in a death statue in the middle of a jungle on a planet.
This is fine.
Thank God we're not in the middle of a death statue. That's
Yeah.
also a cult church.
So, speaking of, you are in the Temple of the 12. The last thing that happened was Beck, did you read all that stuff I sent you?
See.
Excellent. The last thing that happened was you guys fought a group of cultists that were hiding out in the kind of office section of the temple. During that fight, a cultist threw a electricity grenade, and it hit an electricity grenade, and it hit a pack of explosives and exploded. It knocked the roof down, and the whole thing was then covered in dust. But because you guys were in the dust and they weren't, they couldn't shoot you. I also believe that this cultist here, who was not the machine gun lady, you guys knocked out.
Yeah, I
Whoops.
think we non-lethaled them to try and get information.
I've put these guys back on the token layer. It should give me something. Nope. Okay. Yeah. So those guys are here, and I believe there was the lady with the giant machine gun, who I believe you killed, and then there's these two people, one of which you killed, and the other one of which is unconscious. I don't really remember how you guys did that, but I do remember that that's what happened.
She took like 2 full rounds of shots and somehow missed a 7-foot lizard man from point blank range.
Probably
Then we-
intimidated.
Yeah, then we just punched her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, she attacked you with her machine gun, but she missed every shot. So what happened was it did the outline of a Vesk in the wooden door, and then fell in opposite directions. Yeah, it was amazing. It wasn't effective whatsoever, but it was still great. Okay, yeah. So that lady is dead. One of the cultists is dead, and the other cultist is laying on the ground unconscious. So. Ansys bugs, and so out of this door, right here, the door opens. You hear like this weird noise behind the door, and then the door immediately opens. As Clara 247 walks out.
Hey,
Clara is holding a big box in one hand, and her rifle swung over the shoulder of her other arm. And Clara will now be played by Beck. We decided that the easiest way to introduce a new character was to have one that was already there. So we started...
12 million people sitting in the ship anyway.
Yeah,
so.
I was going to say, that leaves Jin's back on the ship, right? So Clara's here, Jin's back?
Yes, Jin Dercier is back on the ship. Somebody's got to watch the ship.
And Clara's receiving a pay cut, right?
Yeah, because we don't have to pay Clara anymore.
Exactly. Well, you don't have to pay Clara anymore because Clara is...
your pilot. I want to be abundantly clear about that.
Now Clara will just get a cut of the loot instead of you guys splitting it 3 ways. You'll have to split it 4.
The idea that Clara had been sitting in the cockpit of the, just been sitting in the ship the whole time, and I was like, you know what, fuck it. Just
Beck, why don't you
DocuSign on the open the PDF contract in DocuSign and then just rewrote their clauses. And I was like, oh, looks like I'm getting a quarter of the cut now.
Oh, damn, crazy.
Let me go buy 2 weeks worth of rations and hike out there to show the guys.
with this button, I have health insurance. Huh.
Those dumbasses wrote their contract in Microsoft Notepad.
These guys are idiots. They'll never notice.
So, Beck, why don't you explain what was happening before you came out of this door?
Okay. So I was hanging out on the ship, right? And basically this kind of weird symbol showed up on one of the walls. It was like bright blue, like a sigil kind of, and I touched it, and then suddenly I was in this... where did it take me to again? Sorry. I read it before I took a little nap.
Oh, it took you to like a weird restaurant.
Yes, that's right. Not to Spacies, but like a different...
Yeah, not to Spacies, a different restaurant.
A better restaurant.
That's unfortunate.
I wish we had a portable Spacies on the ship. That would be great.
That would be great. That would rule. No, so, and basically this woman just told me that you guys needed help. And she gave me some stuff, and I came through a door, and now I'm here.
I'm not saying I'm not thankful for what she gave us, but had I known she could have teleported us here, I would have taken that over the boots.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Raj describes the woman from our one encounter, and I ask Clara, "Is that who you saw?"
Was she like a hostess lady?
Yeah.
Hold on.
She's kind of ephemeral.
I should have a picture of her.
You do have a picture of her.
Did we write down? I swear I wrote her name down somewhere.
Her name is the hostess.
Yeah, that is her.
And
beautiful
this is
moon lady.
This is the person that invited you into her shop, and then she gave you magic items and asked you to go do her a little favor, which you did because you had to go rescue her friend. And that was the time that that you guys left and went to be on a dating show, and then Shepard kind of went and did something else. It was very unclear and like weirdly secretive about what he went and did.
The non-suspicious thing that Shepard did that he won't tell us about.
Yeah, that he's sworn to secrecy or whatever, because I didn't write it.
Shepard made a pact.
What?
Shepard.
So why don't you tell them about the other thing?
Oh,
What
yeah.
led up to that?
Right. I think I'm seeing the end of the world.
Come again?
I mean, things don't seem that bad right now. Why would the world end?
I don't know, but like you guys know that androids don't like dream, right?
I
Really?
thought they dream of electric sheep.
Wow, you're so well read, dude.
I'm so sorry.
I love that book. But no, I don't know what it is I'm seeing, but basically she told me that someone really bad is going to show up here and sent me out the door.
With that, Shepard kind of turns to you guys, and he looks at the three of you, and he says, "Starfinders, I have to go."
What?
And he walks
makes
through the same door that Clara did.
Yeah, that adds up.
Yeah.
Zip throws up.
I was like, Raj is like stammering and speechless, like, wait, like kind of in protest as Shepard walks away, but I guess can't do anything.
No, Shepard just leaves, and as he opens the door, you can tell that that door did not open to this room. So what Clara was seeing were visions of you guys in the jungle, and then visions of what could possibly happen when you guys got to the Temple of 12. The hostess decided to help Clara, and also to take her visions and to make them into something more usable. Clara has her first 3 levels of operative, but then we also decided that Clara was going to start taking levels of the precog class. So,
Oh, that's wild.
Hey!
That is wild for an
Who's
android to
ready?
have that.
Who is ready for time shit? We thought it'd be
yeah.
funny.
So now
Wibbly
a
wibbly.
bit.
we got timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly, timey bullshit that's also going to be happening.
But also, I can still pilot and shoot real good.
Yes.
Oh god, it's a timey-wimey person named Clara. Oh god, the reference is killing me.
Yeah, I didn't
above
think
the
of
table,
that.
there was like an
I don't get it.
X-Men. Above the table, there was like an X-Men character that was kind of like that too. That wasn't officially an X-Men. It was like a dude who was good with shoot gun because he could see slightly into the future, so could like call his shots.
That's
Pretty much.
Clara now has that ability, actually.
Yeah.
Clara has an ability called Tactical Something or Other that gives everybody like a bonus to
Against opponent ACs.
yeah, against like attack of opportunity or something.
I like Stink Palm's narrative. That's good. I like that. Inside
yeah,
Clara's
that's-
brain, just a statistical model.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
kind
actually
of
a
also
really
what
smart way to do.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
I thought Beck was like, yeah, why don't we do a precog? And I was like, that's actually amazing. That's a great idea. And it also lets me, however I want to, reintroduce Clara to being with you guys. So, lots of weird stuff happened. Clara showed up. Shepard left. The hostess is apparently still helping you guys. You're standing in a room with 2 dead bodies and 1 unconscious cultist. You have followed all these people all the way to find out more secrets about the Temple of the 12. You are now in the Temple of the 12. What do you want to do?
Clara, did you happen to see what we did that caused the end of the world? And I feel like I should ask, which world?
It's this one. And
When you
Fire.
say this one, like this planet that we're on, like this realm, or are we talking about like this reality? Like, did you just see?
It's kind of hard to tell. I do think definitely that this planet is going to be on fire.
That's not ideal.
It would
No, it's not
behoove us.
good.
It would behoove us to either prevent
mosey.
that. Yeah,
To
to
mosey.
prevent that or not be on this planet when this happens. So
Well,
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 the
lead
only way
the
to do
way.
that is to,
Move forward.
yeah, wander around this building away from the pile of dead bodies.
And if we see anything that's aflame, we should put it out just in case.
yeah,
You never know what the spark would be.
definitely. That's number one. Number one.
If we are trying
Don't let
to
anything on
avoid
fire happen. Yeah.
If we're trying to avoid fire, like, don't light
Yeah.
anything.
Pax looks
Yeah.
around and he sees like the destruction of like the explosives that happened, and he's just like, it's like, oh no.
Just
So
stopping a couple leaves that are on fire, just in case.
I just want to apologize, Claire, for our earlier churlish interactions when we took your firearm and relegated you to the ship, as I'm like just eyeballing Claire's rifle. So
That's a good point. Clara, what kind of gear did you bring? Is there anything maybe we could give you to help?
So I brought let's see here. Where's the thing where you listed? Yeah, I have a toolkit, a med patch, and an advanced med kit.
What
Oh, and
kind of-
spells. I know spells now.
Do you have a gun? Or
Yeah,
armor?
I have my armor. I have. Oh, you're just asking about in general. Yeah, I've got my sniper rifle. I've got my jump boots. Yeah, I'm ready to go. I've got a laser.
yeah, she's
I'm
fully
armed.
equipped.
I'm
She's
armed to
got-
the teeth.
Yeah, she's ready to do damage.
Okay, all right.
And she also brought a med kit specifically to help Zib.
here, it's tender tummy.
Yeah, so
It's not my tummy. I'm full of.
I'm full of bugs.
I'm full of worse tree-based bug imposters.
Well,
So
I brought you some saltine crackers.
as you guys are talking, eventually, as you start to say like, oh yeah, I brought a med kit, I brought this stuff. From right over here, from around the corner, you see somebody like poking their head out, and kind of slightly waving and just, hello.
Oh,
It's a
You're the
really
doctor,
happy
right?
spot for the middle of the jungle.
Yeah, I reflexively like hold my spell slot, my spell gimmick wrist thing up, and then like put it down. I guess train this voice with my arm.
This is what she looks like. That is the person that is peeking out from behind the thing. She's hello. Are you cultists?
you're the doctor, right?
And she turns. She looks at you and she's like, I am a doctor. I might not be the doctor. Who's the
Oh,
doctor?"
sweet, a doctor.
And she looks at you as
that
you're like
kind of doctor.
bending over. She's like, "I'm not that kind of doctor."
Well, I mean, you're the doctor
Right,
that
another English
they've been
major.
looking for, right?
She says, "Yeah. I mean, I was kidnapped. They threw me into a cabinet and then they put me in a sack and then they brought me out here. It wasn't really enjoyable. Any part of it.
Why did they let you out of the sack?
What?
You said they threw you in a sack and brought you here. Why did they let you out of the sack?
Oh, because Tahoman needed me to translate all of the elven and ancient languages that he didn't know how to read. I was also super interested to do it.
Excuse me, does that mean Tahoman is alive or dead? Like, is he still here?
Oh, he's very much alive. He is currently not here. He will be back tomorrow.
Where's Tahoman now? Where'd they
Tahoman, as far as I know, is going to... Listen, what did he say? He said he's going to go to the mountain to contact his people, and then he's going to come back here and blow up the building with me in it. That's what he said.
And you're still in the building?
Yes.
Why?
Seems unwise.
Well, I mean, that's fair. But I can't really go anywhere. So I've just been spending my time studying everything that I found here. I'm sort of helpless. I don't know if you realize I don't know where we are. I can know conceptually where we are, but there's no way that I could go anywhere. So I've just been here spending my time reading everything that I can read. I guess it is weird that I'm still here. Huh.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's pretty weird that any of us are anywhere, in some sense. But I think we came to look for you, and we're the rescue team. We're the heroes. I'm Zim Beverage. Maybe you've heard of me. You probably have. Don't worry about it.
Has she heard of you? No.
Oh, God, someone eventually will have followed you.
I've got some great posts from this adventure that are really gonna get my clout up.
You really do. I like the idea. There's one post of you taking a picture of the goblin climbing across the rope onto the drift rock.
Also, you were on a reality show. I can't imagine your following didn't explode after that.
Oh shit!
Yeah. It was on Paramount Plus.
Oh yeah,
that's right. Yeah. He's on fucking Peacock. God damn it!
This is a Quibi show. So she says, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know who you are. I'm sorry. Is that weird? Should I know who you are? I don't understand."
Does it matter who you are? I'm here to save you.
No, fair. That's good. I would love to be saved. A couple things.
Well, I mean, do you have any food? It's a 12-day march back to anywhere. And if you don't have the food to survive the trip, I'm not sure we have the food to feed you for the entire trip.
Yeah, what have you been using? Are there supplies? Were you left with supplies?
Of course, maybe our pre-con robot brought extra supplies just for this problem.
So I'm going to tell you, one, Clara did not bring more rations.
Wait, are there more rations for Clara?
Two, you won't need them.
Okay.
And I'll tell you all about that later on when it happens. So she's like, no, yeah, I mean, I have MREs and stuff. I mean, they left me, I need to eat or I'm going to die, and they needed me alive to do what they wanted me to do. So I have rations and stuff, but for me,
Well, that's good.
So, I found some super interesting things about this place.
Like what? Yeah.
Well, so originally this temple was actually a temple that the elves built and dedicated to Desna, who is the goddess of travel and amongst other things. But then at some imperceptible point, they started interacting with another deity that was in the stars. They started doing all kinds of astrology, and then once they discovered this weird constellation, they were in contact with somebody named Ibra, and Ibra shared their knowledge with them, and they eventually tried to go visit the place that they were looking at. They were like studying this area of space that was this ring of 12 stars, and they called it the Gate of 12 Suns. And as they would study it, they would get more and more information in their dreams and in their studies about the whatever it was that was on the other side of it. So one day they packed up and they did what did they call it? They did the Celestial Voyage, and then they all disappeared.
Well, that's
probably
There's a little bit more to it than that. What'd you say?
Did we record all that?
Can we just record all that in case, the doctor dies and we didn't take good notes?
Yeah,
I like to think that Raj was doing that, and that's why.
Excellent.
Asked. Yeah.
So and she's like, so there's more that I can tell you that we can figure out, but it's in the room next to me, and the room next to me has some guardians in it that I can't quite seem to get past.
Well, before we do any hunting around, here, you said that Tahoman was going to come back and blow the building up. Perhaps we should be disarming explosives in the building so that doesn't happen while we're still in here.
You did that.
Oh, we already did? Okay.
Yep. That's what the lady was doing. That's what Solstarni says to you. She said, yeah, no, it's like, I think you did that. That was what she was doing, setting them all up, and then you killed them, and that was great. Honestly, that was great. I love that.
I was just testing you to make sure you were actually paying attention to what we did. Never mind.
I'm always paying attention. Like, she says it very aggressively.
Oh.
And I respect her now.
Yeah, so she says that in this room over here, which, if you look at it, is sort of shaped like a butterfly.
Yeah.
I guess.
And that was my reaction too. This area here was the original building of the temple, when it was originally a temple to Desna. Desna's symbol is a butterfly, and this is Solstarni explaining this. And then when they were in contact with Ibra, at some point they started to dedicate the temples to Ibra and to the things that they were studying. But instead of demolishing the temple to Desna, because that's rude, they just built out around it. But in this room, are two guardians. They're made of stone, and they don't speak.
Oh, fuck.
I know how to get past them. I cannot get past them. I have to. I think if you convince one of them that you're an elf, because they were built by elves, that you should be able to get past them. If not, you're going to have to fight them.
I have a pretty good knowledge of elves. Maybe I could convince them that I am an elf.
Do you, or is this another...
No, you don't. You have a very good knowledge of the Lashunta. Well, you have a very good knowledge...
They're different things. Sorry, they're different things.
Even still, I feel like this is a PAX thing that PAX would say.
Yeah.
It was totally a PAX thing, but Xenoseeker, I might have a chance.
Do you know Elvish?
I know Lashuntan.
You know Lashuntan?
No, I know Castrovellian, Common, and Vesk. So
I know nothing about like Elvish culture. I'm sure.
Yeah, the guy
Raj has met. Yeah, like I'm sure Raj is for sure like taking classes with elves, but Raj wouldn't know anything about like speaking Elvish or any of those like weird fringe ancient cultures.
Pretty
Zib
sure the
tried
guy
to
out.
Google it, immediately forgetting that they're in the jungle with no signal.
Yeah, the guy out front spoke Elvis to us, and we couldn't figure that
Yeah.
out.
Well, none of us speak Elvish. Clara, do you happen to speak the language?
Afraid not.
Well,
I guess our only option is to destroy the Guardians.
I mean, I do
Okay.
have my
No. Hold on.
I do have my Akashic Tutor spell gem where I can talk to my fellow classmates.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can't show them a Reddit post and be like, I'm an elf. I said so. Okay,
I like the idea of going to Reddit for a translation. That's a great plan.
Am I the asshole for talking to a stone elvish guardian? My party.
So Solstarni says, she says, okay, here's the plan. I speak Elvish, but I obviously don't look like an elf. Is there any way that, like, you could...
wait.
What
This
do you
is
think?
a beverage solution.
And she points to Raj, and she's like, maybe you could, like, wear your hair long or, like, a hat and make it look like you're an elf, because you're basically, I mean, you're a human.
Could I token spell my facial features to somewhat resemble an elf?
I
got my hollow skin, dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a far better plan. I was gonna
Hey,
use my
dude,
tactical spear to like carve your ears up.
Yeah, I was gonna say like token spell can like
What? We want to mutilate Raj. I don't
Little bit of
like
plastic
getting away.
All right, so let's move everybody to in front of the door.
who knows stuff about elves. So how do we want to do this? Zib, are you going to disguise yourself as an elf or?
I mean, it's a hollow skin, so it doesn't really matter. But I have a 9 in disguise, so probably.
I'm not the most. Let's be honest. I'm socially awkward. So I probably would. While I could look the part, it's easier. I probably wouldn't be able to. You just have a way with people. So.
Well, better than that. What if someone told you what to say, Zib? We could give a radio to the doctor, and then he could speak into the radio, and you could just repeat what he's saying.
And Solstarni like leans in, and she's like, "Or I could wear it,
Yeah.
and I'll just poke my head in. I'll be an elf. Or Zib could wear it, and I'll follow them, and then I'll just say something in Elvish, and we'll pretend like Zib is the one saying it. That's the funnier plan. I don't know if that one's gonna work.
I typically could understand literally anything anybody says to me, but I am very exhausted, aka above the table. I am out of level 1 spell slots. So.
And she's like, "Oh well, actually, they don't speak at all. But I've been reading some other things in the temple, and I'm pretty sure that if you convince yourself that you are an elf, they will let you pass and stand down."
You have to convince yourself you're an elf?
No, you have to convince them. Well, I mean, to play any part, you probably do have to convince yourself. That's not the point. It's
Go full method.
So, Zib, can you click the hollow skin so I can read it real quick?
Yes.
Okay.
Belt or arm strap? Zib, what is it? Is it a belt or an arm strap for you?
Belt.
It's like a crossbody belt.
Suede fringe tassels with turquoise buckles.
So you could easily attach this to somebody and set it up that they could
Sure, I think I want to do that so I don't throw up in the middle.
Oh, right. Yeah, right. Also that you're still sick. Definitely forgot about that.
As funny as it would be to completely blow our cover by throwing up inside of my own hologram.
Yeah, I was just saying you throwing up like Team America World Police puppet.
Yeah. It wouldn't be one of our adventures if we didn't make the NPCs do everything.
That's why the NPCs are here, to carry us, because we are so bad at this.
Listen, you guys are...
We're we're a party of entirely support players looking for
looking for an NPC to follow around?
Looking for the DPS NPC.
Who can we make a hero? Where's our Goku?
Well, we're pretty good at delegating things.
Oh, we are good delegators. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, look something up real quick.
Oh, we have Clara now. Clara was DPS when she tried to kill us before, so now...
Yeah, now we have our hero.
Yeah.
Did it.
Sorry, Beck, you're the hero.
Oh. Let's see. Where the fuck is it?
I like that if this were a TV show, like you're just following around 3 random characters for a full 2.5 seasons, and then out of nowhere, like the actual
I get promoted
hero
to recurring.
Yeah, the actual hero shows up, and it's a character you met in like the first 5 episodes of season 1 who did very little.
That's basically what Fear the Walking Dead is.
Pretty much.
Killed off the entire family the show followed around for the first year.
I'm in my Better Call Saul era.
Yeah.
Now I'm the main character.
Starfinder, bitch.
Okay. Zib, you are going to have to program the, you're going to have to program the thing.
Easy.
Oh, you jinxed it. Why did you say that?
What?
What?
Easy? Because I'm great. I'm the captain.
So you're gonna have to make a disguise check.
Easy peasy. I can click that button, no problem.
Fuck yeah! Holy shit! Okay.
Sorry, I doubted.
So you strap this thing to her arm. You hit a bunch of buttons, and you program a hollow skin of an elf onto it, and it holograms and grafts itself onto Dr. Solstarni, and she kind of like shakes it off a little bit and walks to the door. As soon as she opens the door, the 2 Lord Guardians immediately start moving towards her. And she stands there and she puts her hand up and she says something in Elvish. And she is going to roll her check. And she passes. Great. So with Zib's help and with the knowledge of the Elven language, she kind of waves her hand in front of them, very Jedi mind tricky, and says something in Elvish, and the 2 Lord Guardians put their weapons away and take their watch back in the corners that they were in. And now this whole room is open to you guys.
Nice.
So Starny turns around and she says, so I told them to stand down for me and my 4 friends. So they shouldn't bother you guys.
Can you give them another command?
No. Well, I mean, I could try.
Maybe you should ask them to guard the temple from other people entering, just in case someone tries to enter while we're examining this room.
Or are they only here to guard the lore?
Yeah, it's just I don't really think that you can do it that. They're not like broke. They're magic. They're.
Can they warn you? I guess I can't.
They're pretty much only magically inclined to protect the thing that they're protecting. I can't really change anything about it.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, they're just going to have to stay in here. But Tahoman spent a lot of time in here, and he was in here almost every day reading books and having me translate stuff. So we're going to find out what's going on. This is the place that we're going to find out in.
Out of curiosity, did Tahoman also have hollow skin?
He did. He disguised himself as an elf to bypass the Lore Guardians.
Yeah, I turned to Horatio.
It might not be a bad idea to keep an eye on all of us to make sure that none of us get replaced. We wouldn't want Tahoman sneaking up on us.
Yeah. That's a good plan.
Well, that wasn't the thing I was worried about until you mentioned it, and now it consumes my every waking thought. Thanks.
That is one of the things I am here for, but of course, it would be quite suspicious if someone that we knew would show up that wasn't here before, knowing that Tahoman had hollow skin.
We have a
And I look
contact.
over at both Sib and Horatio, and then hard over at Clara.
On that note, too, can we contact Shepard and update them and let them know what's going on?
Actually, no. Same reason that you couldn't really contact anybody when you were in the middle of the jungle is because there's literally no cell service out here.
Shoot.
And is why Tahoman had to go to the top of the mountain carrying a gigantic communication device to do whatever it was he was going to do.
He's
We're
in.
gonna want to kill Tahoman at some point.
Hey,
Yeah. I mean, if Tahoman is carrying broadcasting equipment to a place where they can get optimal signal, could be an option to go after it.
yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna take that under advisement as captain, as part of a future incremental step of our ever-growing plan as a team.
You'll get
As leadership.
signal back. You'll get a signal back. You'll get
So
it like
many posts.
Zib
so many
starts staring
bars.
in the middle distance, thinking about posts.
Well, Raj, this room is really more of a you thing than it is a me thing, so
yeah.
go ahead. Seems pretty safe.
Can I start investigate? Like, what do I see? What's on the walls, like beyond those statues? You know, what besides those two guardians? Like, what else is in this room?
So this inner sanctum is it has all of these adornments of like butterflies carved into the wall and a lot of like purplish accoutrement, as well as a large collection of ancient tomes. The books that you found in the other part of the place were like falling apart to the point where they were unreadable. But the tomes in here seem to have been a little bit more preserved, and you can actually read them. At one point, as you're looking around, you can see in this area here, there is a large pile of tomes that somebody pulled out and was going through.
I make a beeline to the books that were recently disturbed. What do I see there? Like what kind of books are they?
So all of these books are first-hand accounts of what the elves were doing here a millennia ago. It's all about all of the different studies that they did on the cosmos, and it's all about the path that they took from the it's all about the elves that were here. It was all about all of the things that they did. It was all about all of the things that they tried to study. They left their original continent of Savi.
What's that one?
Soverian. They left the continent, the Soverian continent to come to here. The Soverian continent is where the elves were hiding during Earthfall on Golarion. At one point, the ancient creatures that lived in the deep inner sea of Golarion called forth a meteor strike to rain down upon the Aslanti Empire.
What? I don't understand any of this. Galarian is...
This is well known. This part is well known. And then the elves
above the table, though, isn't the whole thing is like everybody who's from Absalom Station has no idea what happened? Like nobody knows what Galarian.
So this is pre that. Okay. This is like...
Is this like what I figured that I would probably interpret this as fairy tales.
Wait, this is pre-gap knowledge he's figuring out right now?
No. What I was saying is common knowledge. Like that is knowledge that everybody has. Like that is outside of the gap. But anyway, I was getting too into it. That part is irrelevant. The elves that were here, they left their Soverian kin as a philosophical offshoot, and then went to Ukalam to better study the cosmos. Their techniques quickly improved, and through a combination of telescopes and divination magic, the elves discovered a strange constellation of 12 stars that formed a perfect circle in the sky. The more they studied the constellation, the stranger their dreams became, and powerful scholar priests began recording the odd language they saw and heard. As the elves' knowledge of and exposure to the galaxy expanded, they parlayed with increasingly bizarre and powerful alien minds, most notably a powerful being known as Ibra, who you guys would know is a deity, which is especially noteworthy because the elves' record suggests that Ibra may have not been a deity at the time. Now remember, this is like 1 billion years ago. This is pre-gap, It's pre-gap, probably during when Pathfinder was happening.
Right.
Through Ibra's teachings, the elves studied the mysterious circular constellation, learning that it was not a natural feature, but the construction of an impossibly ancient and highly advanced species untold light years away. Casting their minds far into the cosmos, the scholar priests sensed that the ring pulsed with an unnatural energy, which led them to believe to be a gateway of some kind. The elves called it the Gate of 12 Suns, and they renamed their temple in honor of it. So they were here, they were worshipping Desna, they started studying the sky, they met this entity named Ibra. Ibra led them down this path of cosmic contemplation, and then they started to study the Gate of 12 Suns. Eventually, then there were more offshoots about what the Gate of 12 Suns was. Is it a gateway? Does it go somewhere? Is it a place? Does it lead to a thing? The most popular hypothesis was that the Gate of 12 Suns represented such power that it could only be or serve as the portal to some cosmically powerful superweapon. One of the scholar priests even posited the existence of a so-called stellar degenerator, which could drain all energy from a star, turning it into a hypothetical stellar remnant called a black dwarf. Unfortunately, there's no...
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt, but it was too good.
Unfortunately, there's no definitive note of where the Gate of 12 Suns is, as its identifying its location was taboo to the elves. And then at some point, they decided that they were going to go on their celestial journey and go to the Gate of 12 Suns. But it doesn't really say what that was, and it does not even say if it was successful or not.
Right.
You know, this was a time before spaceflight, and it may have also been a time before general technological flight. So with the help of Dr. Solstarni, you guys have put together this picture of what this place was and some things that start to fall into place. The Doomsday cultists are very interested in anything that could be considered... pretty much anything called a stellar degenerator is something that gives a huge destruction boner to any cultist that wants to bring about world ending apocalypse scenarios. It seems that the cultists of the Devourer are very concerned with the Gate of 12 Suns to find out what is actually behind it. And as you're looking through some of the notes that they took about the language that they started to hear as they studied the gate, you recognize that some of the symbols are the same as the symbols that you saw in the corridor on the Drift Rock.
I point that out, like, enthusiastically.
Dr. Solstarni is very proud of you.
Aw.
Oh, there's also treasure in here.
Zip
Oh.
steps out of thinking about posting and walks in.
Is there weapon treasure?
There is a spell gem of flight, a spell
Is there
gem.
Weapon.
USB port I can charge my.
My phone's dying.
A spell gem of remove affliction, a spell gem of see invisibility, and a staff of mystic healing.
I find all those things and just hand them to Zib.
Here you go, Captain. I don't want any of these. Figure out who needs them.
It's interesting. And Solstarni like looks at you two and she's like, "Huh? So he's the captain, and you gave him a interesting. That's
It's sort of it's like a flat company, you know. But I am the captain.
Usually-
whisper, disregard that.
Yep.
That's
got
not good for me. That's really bad.
Is that bad?
You need a hierarchy? What?
No, this is completely different. I realize we never rolled my paradoxes.
So part of the precon ability kit is that they roll a d20 or more every day, and then they can take that d20 and swap it out for certain rolls.
For a roll that I've made. Unfortunately, all these rolls suck.
Yeah, so it's
Like
Well,
flat
I-
management, good God.
If I ever need to auto fail something, we're in luck.
Can you
Can
cause
you-
other people to auto fail
yeah.
stuff? Or
Can you use it on bad guys?
Oh, I don't think so at the moment. It can only be used for myself, I think. Yep. Many precog abilities allow you to use a paradox in place of a specific d20 roll you would make. Yeah. And then at first level, I can use it in place of a d20 roll for ability score check or caster level check. Additionally, depending on the focal paradox I picked, I can use... So I could use one of these rolls associated with my Anchor's focal paradox, which is a fortitude save, and then basically get a freebie new rolled paradox, so that means I would have to fail a fortitude save. And then at third level, I can also use it for initiative checks, reflex saving throws, and skill checks. There are later, they're not feats, but they're, what are they called? Temporal anomalies that I can take that can help me use them for other people or against enemies, but I'm not high enough level for that yet.
that will eventually be crazy strong.
Yes, it's great, but not right now because these rolls suck.
Yeah, they're pretty booty. So going through all of these texts and all this lore and stuff is going to take a long time. I gave you guys all the information up front, but actually reading through and parsing all that stuff to get a full understanding of it is going to take a whole day. While that happens, you guys can all have a long rest.
Yay!
Hell yeah.
Yay.
Zib,
I like to think like me reading those books for a while was that.
yeah, pretty much.
Introvert. Feet introvert. Stay reading. Get a long rest.
Yeah.
So, refill. You get all your stamina points back.
Hell yeah. And resolve points?
Hold on. Haven't played Starfinder for so long that I fucking forget.
Pretty sure we get our resolve points too, but
Yeah, long rest is spell slots, stamina points. I don't know if hit points count. Don't we have to like spend a die on that?
I thought short rest was stamina, long rest was hit points and resolve.
With a full
but
night's
it's
rest,
been a bit.
With the full night's rest, you recover 1 HP per character level.
Yeah.
But you get all your stamina points back.
Oh, okay.
Max out on health. How about resolve?
Resolve points.
What about
I don't
spell
know.
slots?
Yeah, I don't know.
I get spell slots back, right?
Yeah, you get spell slots back.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, so also Zib.
Hi. I start rubbing the scroll of whatever.
Yeah, that's not how that works, Zib.
Yeah, that's unfortunately not how that works. But here's the thing.
Sucking on the staff.
He's sitting there rubbing their scroll in the back of the room. Come on.
One, it's a gem. It's a spell gem. Okay.
Okay, I thought you said there was like a. Okay.
And there's a staff of mystic healing.
Yeah, but there's a gem.
There's a gem of remove affliction. The problem is, you don't have the affliction anymore. But here's the thing. Since you're taking a full 24 hours to rest, you are going to go up the physical disease track twice. And the first one is that you are... you're fine now, basically.
Oh, hooray!
In combination with the advanced med kit that Clara brought, that the hostess gave her, and the fact that you're going to stay there for a full day, eating and chatting and talking and not doing anything, just reading all of these books, trying to put together some semblance of what is happening, you are going to be completely, totally fine.
Wowie.
And you can have 1 resolve point.
Wow.
As a treat.
As a
Is
treat.
that for everybody? Is that
Yeah.
for everybody we get?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why are some of my things still -1? What a mess.
Check it out. Maybe you just suck.
Thickness and
All right, well,
encumber.
Rude.
All right. Sorry, just to interrupt. Once per day, characters can regain any spent resolve points by getting a full 8 hours uninterrupted rest.
Oh, so you get them all back.
Hell yeah.
As a treat.
I don't think I'm encumbered.
Oof. I mean, we have a 4th party member, so just assume we gave Clara a bunch of stuff to carry.
Welcome aboard. Hold all this stuff.
Yeah.
I am sworn
There's a
to
week's
carry
worth
your
of
burdens.
ration.
I don't know why you're getting that. Oh boy. Buffs. You have spells? What do you have spells?
Who, me?
Zip.
Zip.
Has spells. That's weird.
Cast a spell on his audience, on their audience.
Oh,
I don't
right,
know.
because you can...
I have that
Right.
one cantrip for some reason.
Yeah, I forget why you have that.
It's not important. Stop asking questions.
Yeah, I don't know why that you have a -1 there. Let's just say that doesn't matter, and if you happen to roll those things, we'll add 1. I don't know why that's like that.
I assume it's because weren't we having trouble last week with Pathfinder
Yeah.
like when you not doing stuff right?
Yeah, Pathfinder was being weird about spells.
And it was also Zib's character. It was or Steph's character. Zib playing Valeros the fighter. Really weird.
Again, in my mind, that's a side story that we're just on the ship traveling somewhere playing a video game.
Yeah.
Just Zib.
Zib Beverage as the big Valboski.
Yeah, Zib Pax and Clara all sit down to play the space Nintendo Switch.
That was my idea, was that anytime we played Pathfinder, you guys were actually just playing Galarian Gauntlet. Yeah, I don't know why you had that -1 there. There might be like a weird ability that has... Doesn't matter. You get all your stamina points back. You get your HP back. You get your resolve points back. You reload, and you take the night to just sort of sit
Yeah, I was gonna say, do I refill everybody's ammo?
Yes, as well. But I think Clara has bullets. Shepard has bullets too, but Clara hasn't shot anything because she just got here. And there's also a staircase that leads up.
Oh, what's up there?
At the top, the staircase climbs more than 100 feet to a broad observation platform with high guard walls. Most of the instruments that once stood here have corroded into nothing more than rusty stains and scratched glass. Cool. Oh, but there's like a weird there's this apparatus thing, and it has it's a copper frame, and inside it is a giant crystal, and then it has all of these arms that reach out. That one of them has another crystal in it. It's much smaller, and all of the other arms are empty. Why don't you make a mysticism check?
Who, me?
Anybody who wants to inspect the thing on the roof.
Yeah, it should be me, I think.
Sure. I'll help too.
God
Nope,
damn.
you're good. You got it.
10 rolls.
So you're checking this thing out, and you're not entirely sure what it is, but you know that you like take this tiny crystal out of it, and you're looking at it. What the book says: this is an apparatus that measures and records psychic emanations from across the galaxy for later study. The crystal in which these are recorded ran out of storage capacity millennia ago, but the device continued to record and reconfigure the data, compressing it ever more densely over the ages. The inadvertent result is a Mark I ability crystal that positively hums with the psychic hopes and dreams of a million minds from across the galaxy. So you touch this thing and are immediately just have this like flash of just lives across the galaxy.
Like the Professor X Cerebro montage, kind of.
Yeah, but like in a very non-painful, much faster way. And you're like, whoa, dude.
The only ones you can parse are families enjoying a meal at Spacey's.
You're so fucking hungry, dude. You've had nothing but rations for the past 2 weeks. You just want one cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger.
Piece of those tacos.
I can't tell. I tell everybody else, like, I found this device, and it's some kind of... I can't tell if I am directly sensing, countless life forms, or if these were impressions of past life forms. It's not like a regular spell gem, but I can basically relay everything Logan said. It's like, I can feel the hopes and dreams of countless beings across the universe. Which makes absolutely no sense to me.
And it also functions as a Mark I ability crystal, which is a really good fucking item.
It's weird that all of these things would be in here still after Tahoman was here for so long. Why wouldn't he take these things? Or I guess a better question is, what did he take?
Yeah.
Well, Solstarni says, well, Tahoman, he didn't really care. He was more interested in finding out more about the stellar degenerator, whatever it was. So I don't really think that he was interested in these little items. And also he didn't need them. And also maybe he left them here because he thought he could just come back and get them. I don't know.
Let's do an inventory of everything we found again. I mean, it seems like I would have most utility out of these than everybody else. So what were the other ability crystals?
A spell gem of A spell gem of flight at 2nd level, a spell gem of remove affliction, a spell gem of see invisibility, and a staff
Hold
of
up.
mystic healing.
Hold up, I'm like putting them on my sheet.
Oh,
Spell gem of flight. Okay.
2nd level.
Spell gem. Okay.
Spell gem of remove affliction.
Why would I want to remove affliction? It's the sickest gear. Better than like tap out venom. Is it level 1 or venom 2? Level 2.
Doesn't say.
It's a Photoshop. I'm just gonna Photoshop all of us in tap out gear now.
Oh boy.
At Spacies.
That's Spacey's sponsored tap out gear.
So I got gem of flight, gem of affliction.
A spell gem of see invisibility, and a staff of mystic healing.
Any levels on this?
Nope.
C. Okay.
So you guys spend the night looking through these things and trying to find out more information, but the picture that you've painted is pretty grim. The cult of the Devourer is very intent on sowing as much destruction as they can, and they have now found notes about an ancient device that can turn a sun into a black dwarf, which is not exactly a fun thing that you could participate in. So the stakes have suddenly been raised. You went to find the doctor to find more about the things that you found on the drift rock, and it turns out that the drift rock was related to this Gate of 12 Suns and the stellar degenerator that could possibly blow up a star. So the Cult of the Devourer is now very interested in everything that they've learned. And
Kill Homan, stop the problem, right?
And Solstarni says, well, no, because he left to go transmit all of his findings to the rest of his cult. So anybody that gets that message is going to be very inclined to follow up on all of it. Which is really unfortunate.
You said the communications equipment was heavy, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if we marched light, we could catch him before he made it to the top of the mountain to broadcast and destroy the equipment.
That is possible, but it might already be done. I don't know.
How long ago?
But
did
it's a
he
good
leave?
plan. I mean, I'm just, I'm saying it's a good plan.
Yeah, I mean, we spent about a day resting up and researching what we found in here. But how long ago did he leave?
He left a couple hours before you guys showed. I don't know how long it would take. The top of the mountain's probably pretty far, and the equipment's heavy. So I don't really know how long it would take him to go up and down the mountain.
Well, we want to kill Tahoman regardless, so...
I think that's a good plan.
Even if we don't get the communication equipment before he broadcasts, we can still kill him.
Yeah, I agree. You should do that.
And then, if we don't even know if the elves could do this, so maybe this cult will just be, SOL on finding the Doomsday device. Or maybe it's not maybe it's a nice day device. You don't say.
You'll be able to get bars on your communicator if we track.
I could get bars on my communicator if we fucking leave the jungle with the doctor we were supposed to find and bring back. So it's a win-win for Zib again.
Well, if most of your followers are from whatever star is destroyed, that would be a lose.
Solstarni's like, yeah, he's got you there.
Doctor, do you think you'd be safe in this room with the lore guardians if we left you here?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I told them not to, to fuck with us, so they have stood down.
But could they protect you from someone who
Not like
made
a
it
sailor
here?
doctor.
I don't know. I sure hope so. They won't attack Tahoman, so I don't know who else. Are there other people coming?
We don't know.
I don't think so.
It's been like a weird day of people walking out of magical closets, so honestly, who can say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I should be fine, and I don't worry about it. I should be fine. It'll be fine. I'm fine. This is fine. Just make sure you come back. And
We
like get
always
me.
do.
I just
And-
don't want to add you to the list. Between Grix, Peepo, Boblin, Rico, Zib3, and Raquali, we've lost a lot of people.
Did you say Zib 3?
We did name Rico Zib3 at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Who's Rico?
I think Rico is Bebo. No, Boblin.
Boblin.
Boblin was the
Huh.
last one. Boblin was the one that stuck around the longest, I think.
Yeah, because I remember Grix and Peepo were the ones we found dead. Boblin was the one that was with us. That we kept calling.
Calling
We
him
kept calling
everything
him
keep
but.
Boblin alive.
I wrote it down at some point. Peepo, Demo, Grix, and Boblin.
Justice
Those are
for
their-
Peepo.
Justice
Rolled
for
off the
Peepo.
tongue. Yeah.
Those were their real names, though. We never called them by their real names.
No, you didn't. Of course you didn't. How could you? So, do you guys want to go up to the top of the mountain?
Yeah, I think that's probably the best course of action, Captain.
Yep.
Yeah. Captain says we're going. Clara, get on your walking beat or however your people work.
I have jump boots.
All right, you do have boots.
Claire's just gonna like hop and just use the jump boots to keep up.
Whoop.
With us.
You guys should get these.
Yeah, they rule.
I have jump jets in my armor.
Fucking moon shoes.
Yeah. So you have the jump jets that Clara had that you took from her.
What? No,
and
I
then-
bought these, I thought.
No, then she replaced them.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. I'm
I
wearing
gave
a
back.
lot.
I gave back Clara's rifle, and then
You did.
Yeah.
I like that this is now a competition to who has actually been the nicer,
Who's the
nicest to Clara.
There's no competition. It absolutely was not me. Like, I
That-
know I've lost.
And it doesn't matter to me, I'm the captain.
Stinkpalm called you guys the fuck out because that's exactly what happened.
Hey, we remember Raquali's name.
Yeah, you know why? Because they were a tall person, and you're
Yeah.
a racist. Okay.
Paul,
And they
Paul
had a
is
much better
erased.
body count.
So as you guys leave the temple, you walk out into that strange foyer thing. There's all these symbols drawn in the ground, and it's meticulously kept. It's very clean. The dead body of Penelier, the undead Solarian, is still out front, kind of slumped over. Unfortunately, there's nothing that you guys could do about that. Once an undead creature is dead, it is dead. And as you come out and you pass it, you start to look at the pathway up the mountain. Somebody comes around the corner with two other... Somebody important comes around the corner with two other Lashunta in tow with them. And they're pulling a... Come on. They're pulling what looks like a giant piece of equipment behind them.
Ah,
And they
Seems like
come
it might be too late.
they come around the corner and see you from across the whatever this thing is called. What the fuck is it called?
Courtyard.
Courtyard. Thank you. Fuck. Hey, you want to be the GM? You get to be the center of attention. You get to use your words all the time, and then you fucking forget all of them. Stupid. Game sucks.
Doing fine. Don't worry about it.
So this guy comes around the corner with these two people behind him, and he looks at the four of you, and he just starts laughing at you.
What kind of laugh? Like we told a funny joke laugh, or he's mocking?
Like he's mocking you.
That jerk.
A real, like, evil, like, shitty laugh. He's laughing at you and clearly mocking you, and he looks up like from
Jojo.
And he points to you, and he puts his arms up, and he goes, "You're too late. It looks like everything that I did to stop you from getting here worked perfect. And now, somewhere out there, there is some sect of the Devourer's cult that is going to find this super weapon and blow everything up. And you can't do shit about it. You guys suck."
Yeah.
I don't think he's stuck. I'm pulling my gun and shoot him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, sir, you're hurting my feelings. I'm gonna pull out my energy pulse caster rifle.
Clara says, "Yeah," and he puts his hands on his hips, and he's like, "Well, I didn't expect that. It's not fun if you lean into it." And he's kicking the dirt now, and he's like, "Oh, I just had this whole speech that I was gonna do."
What?
There's no reason to put other people down just because you've succeeded.
I think there is when the whole when my win condition is blowing up the universe and finally getting rid of all this bullshit, while you four fucking idiots fail up a flight of stairs over and over again.
Look, it might be fair to make fun of Clara, as she has been fairly worthless this entire time, but the three of us have done quite a bit to halt you, and while it is good that you feel these positive feelings, they will be the last things you feel.
Oh, nice recovery. How many bars you got, Zib?
Yeah, that was fucking...
How many bars you got, Zib? How many bars you got? Tom? Bars on your communicator. Tom set up the thing.
No, it's not set up.
Dragging it.
Oh.
They're dragging it behind them in pieces.
It'll be the only thing we don't destroy.
You wanted me to start freestyling. I was freaking out.
Yeah, I was like, "What? Bars? I can't do that."
You can't just put me under the gun like that.
Rosh just starts beatboxing.
My name is Zib, and I'm here to say I got lots of arms in the future.
We're not gonna fight them. We're gonna rap battle.
So you say that to him, and he's like, I don't care. It doesn't matter. It might be the last thing I feel. It might be the last thing you feel. It doesn't fucking matter. Because even if I died right now, that would be fucking amazing. I completed my goal, and then I got to die in glorious combat with 4 fucking dipshits.
Really encouraging to meet somebody as self-actualized as Tahaman here. So,
I wish I had his level of self-actualization.
So, Captain, are we shooting this guy? I mean,
yeah, Clara's gonna start moving into position.
All right, everybody, click your character and roll initiative.
Waste is cool.
I like that everyone looks at Zib. Can we kill him now?
When you're coming from the black, you want a place that reminds you of home. You want traditional foods like our Eoxians cadaver digits, fresh fried every cycle, or tacos made the Spathany way, flavored with real asteroid sauce. With quality finding up with a syndicate, but at prices any corporate collar can afford. So after you dock, head over to the Eye. We're open all cycle, every cycle, ready to treat you like family, hive mind, or brood clutch. Spacies. You're gonna like the food you eat from the restaurant that I own.
Hey, thanks for watching Dead Sundays. You can watch the rest of this adventure in part 2, and you can catch us live on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern only on twitch.tv/LogarTheOgar. Thank you, OBS, for your service towards the streaming community. Please check out and donate to the OBS Project's Patreon. OBS is a free broadcasting software that I've been using for years and wouldn't want to use anything else. Thank you to Sirenscape, who allows us to use their dynamic sound generator to provide the background music and sound effects that you're hopefully enjoying right now. Sirenscape is a wonderful program with a ton of pre-crafted and IP-specific soundscapes available for a monthly subscription to make your tabletop games sound as epic as they play. Thank you to Roll20, a web-based tabletop RPG client allowing users around the world to play tabletop games together as if they were in the same room. Roll20 is a free-to-use service, but offers a low-cost monthly subscription option for extra tools that I use because I use Roll20 all the time. And thanks to Paizo for making Starfinder, for making Pathfinder, and for supporting the United Paizo workers.